I'm now going to talk about the India-Philippines relationship. 10 minutes. Why? We all say China is coming into Bangladesh, China is coming into Sri Lanka, China is coming into Pakistan, string of pearls, all that. What's happening in the India-Philippines relationship will give you an idea as the overall what India is doing. We say we don't go to the Pacific, we have gone to the Pacific, baby. We are there. So let me. So what I'll do is I'll give an outline of what's happening in the South China Sea, and then see where India Philippines thing is going. Please understand, we are doing more in the South China Sea than probably China is doing, and this will increase as days go by. Because I have not spoken in this of the India-Japan relationship, which is increasing by leaps and bounds, and Japan's own ability is going up. We have not spoken of that. I'm not talking of Indonesia, whose president just came here, and Malaysia. We have not yet opened up the defense dialogue. I expect it to open anytime in the next 4-5 years. Maybe one day we'll talk of a string of pearls there. Who knows? Okay. So to give an idea, I'll open it up fully. Sorry. Yeah. This is the South China Sea. We all know it. There's a huge controversy around it. And these are the Paracel Islands and the Spratly Islands around which the problem has been taking place. And, this is the confusion which is there, overlapping claims of Taiwan, China, Vietnam, Brunei, Malaysia, Philippines on the South China Sea. Right? All those red lines are everyone's claim lines in that area. But if you disaggregate it, this is the 9 dash and the 10 dash line of China. And if you look at it, this is the claim line of China, or as per an UNCLOS. Okay? Their EEZ. Now, there is a overlap in this naturally. So where are the issues here? The issues are in the Scarborough Shoal here. The issues between China and Philippines daily, which you see is in the Second Thomas Shoal or the Sabina Shoal. And here there's an island called the Thitu Island, where daily there is tutu meme and fighting and all that. Okay. So in the Scarborough Shoal, Philippines has grounded an old destroyer. Okay. And their men, the Philippines Navy, naval personnel are in that. And that is their right to, or the claim to that island or that shoal. They are manned. And China has been trying to dislodge them. Nothing happens. There are a lot of incidents happening here. And then the next is the Sabina Shoal or the Second Thomas Shoal, where a lot of action keeps happening every second day. Because it's there's a good fish there and all that. And you see a lot of action. We'll see what all that action is all about. And this is the Thitu Island. Thitu Island is again good. Okay. It's about 400 kilometers away from Philippines. But to maintain this island, Philippines has a airstrip there. And China is trying its best to ensure that this is not even accessible by Philippines. This is what China is up to. You look at it, have a look at this thing so that you understand the whole thing.
The South China Sea is the most contested piece of geography on the planet. The largest recent deployment we've seen of this militia has taken place over the last 7 months around Thitu Island, which is occupied by about 100 Filipino civilians and a small military contingent. China has had dozens of these militia boats surrounding the island every day. On a shot from December 20th, what you see is 95 Chinese boats, the heaviest day that we have monitored around this feature. Every one of them are large, none of them broadcasting the signals that they should be to avoid collisions, none of them with nets or other gear in the water, none of them fishing. They just sit there for long periods of time, monitoring and intimidating the Filipinos.
Okay. And this is the way they go about doing their business, right? Have a look at this. All militia boats, they form a barricade of sorts and not allow anyone to go through. And I'll show you pictures how they go about doing their business. Okay. And this is the way they are arrayed. So they don't let any Philippines vessel coming near them. This entire barricade is shifted, and they're blocked to go into to carry out fishing and whatever it is. Okay, this is the way they break formation, reform, and all these are militia boats, armed, huge boats manned by civilians. Okay, and then of course this the normal thing when the Chinese Coast Guard vessels are huge, the Philippine vessels are small, so they spray them with water cannon. Right. So what is Philippines doing? Philippines is making a complete outreach to India. Recently, the Raisina dialogue was held. The Philippines Armed Forces chief, he came here, and he said what he had to say. And this is a short interview. Have a look at it. You'll understand what I'm talking.
With me is the Philippines Army Chief. So welcome to Beyond. My only one question to you is, how do you see India-Philippines relationship? BrahMos missile system was exported by Philippines. How do you see this missile system helping you? And are you planning to get more such BrahMos missile system from India?
Well, first of all, we're very happy with the relationship of the Philippines and India, particularly the mill-to-mill relationships, because we're seeing that this relationship is becoming stronger as the years go on. We have had some procurements already from India, like the BrahMos missile systems, and hopefully we could look into procuring more platforms, missile systems, maybe fighter aircraft, maybe ships, maybe. We are looking at all the possibilities from around the world. We are now in the process of modernizing the armed forces of Philippines because we are right there at the forefront of that of the bullying tactics by China. So we have to develop our capabilities.
So you mentioned about China. Last question: how much China is a concern for you? You said China is bullying you.
Oh yes, it's a great concern. In fact, we even consider it an existential problem for us because slowly they're coming in and trying to claim more and more of our islands.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to Beyond. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The video journalist.
A great concern.
So it's very clear that China is becoming slowly an existential problem for Philippines. They've already taken BrahMos, right? Interesting thing, China and Russia are friends. Okay, India and Russia are joint partners in BrahMos, and we are giving BrahMos to Philippines. Essentially, Russia's weaponry is against China. This is the interesting part which is developed. That's a big mark for our diplomacy and how we have done our outreach that side. So the India-Philippines defense relationship is growing. It's not only this. He says the same. You've seen the chief earlier speak, now the picture. They're also making an outreach to Germany. They are also taking into consideration that, look, tomorrow if USA gives up on us, whom do we go to? They're betting big on India. Not only for arms, they're also looking at nickel. Philippines is one of the biggest nickel producers in the world. And today, 98% of this nickel goes to China. So they've come to us and said, why didn't you take nickel? They want to diversify and reduce their dependence on China. So when people say, look, India doesn't have that reach, people are not coming to India, I think they have to rethink. People will come. They have no choice. The point is the opportunities are opening up. do we have the capability to grasp them? And they're also looking geopolitically whether India will be part of the squad along with South Korea. They want a net. Japan is already in. USA is already in that squad. If Philippines China puts pressure on the Philippines, will India put pressure on China in some form? That's the question. Will that happen sooner than later? Right. I just thought I'll give you an idea about what's happening in the India-Philippines relationship. Very important. We can do a lot for Philippines. We can give them, and the chief has said they want looking at ships, they're looking at aircraft, they're looking at ammunition, much more. If China is giving ammunition to Pakistan or Sri Lanka and to Bangladesh, and they're giving submarines, why not us? Why don't we give it? They want it. It'll improve your defense industry. You give it to a couple of nations like this. Philippines, you have. Armenia, you have. Then you'll see our defense industry talking on a different tenor. It'll change. Right? A very interesting thing. I think a lot of things will come in the future. You just have to be patient about the whole affair. And geopolitics is all about patience and getting hold of the moment. Right. With this, what all I had to say, I've said.